Hi fellow collectors of 1/6 scale figures, it's me back again with a new figure added to my collection. This is the Hawkeye figure made by Hot Toys from the movie The Avengers, played by Jeremy Renner. So as usual, I'll give you a head to toe look and then I'll go into him in a little bit more detail. Okay, starting with the head. Very nice likeness to Jeremy Renner. Looks more like him with the shades on than with them off. Well, I'll take them off a bit later and show you what he looks like. A lot of people said it doesn't look like him. I think it's not a bad representation of the star. You're never going to get faces 100% accurate. I suppose they will do eventually once they perfected their technique of sculpting a bit more, but by today's standards I think it's top notch. I'm very happy with the way it looks, and when you look at him from a distance you can definitely see that it's Jeremy Renner. So he comes with these sunglasses. I've got like a purpley tint to them. Just about to see it there, looks a bit blue there, but it's like a purpley tint. There's the face sculpt, nice paint apps on this figure. You can see who it is. Nice highlights on the hair there. You've probably seen a lot of videos of this figure. I tend to get my figures about a month or so after everybody else seems to get them, so I order them all from Big Bad Toy Store. I've had this one on order since he was announced, so I've had him on order for a long time, but so with Big Bad Toy Store it always takes a while before they actually deliver them to you. Put the glasses back on. Clothing, superb tailoring on this clothing. Just like it is in the film. These look blue, but they're not. They're black. Sort of a black with a little tint of grey maybe in there. This camera's not really picking it up very well. These are all stitched on. The knee pads. Underneath here, this is a rubber type material, goes underneath his sleeveless jacket there. All this comes pre-assembled, we don't have to add any of this. These are plastic, so there's a rubber effect again underneath, which allows you to sort of bend the body a little bit more. Darker black strip going down the side of the leg with buckles on the strapping, so this all comes on the figure. You don't have to touch this, don't have to put it on. Again, a little bit of plastic there, another rubbery effect round by the back of the knees to enable the bending a bit more. Moving on down to his ski type boots. Nice weathering effect on these, great detail. These are plastic. It's not real lace on the front, it is moulded, but it does look real. Just try and get the light on it a bit more. So it's a very dark day here. You can see the weathering effect on the boots there. And round to the back. Nice fit on the clothing. Quite nice and tight. Now this part here, this is an elasticated strap. There's two ways to put the quiver on, which I'll come to the quiver in a minute, but there's two main ways to put it on. You can get this little clip here. I think you can just about see it. What you're supposed to do is slide that down here so you can put the quiver on, or as I've got it, there's a strap which you just place on, very easy. Got velcro type material on there, so you just slip it through and clasp it together, and down on the base there's a little, like a little clip. You just push them in, it holds it on there nicely. The reason I've used the strap, and I would suggest that other people do this as well, is these clips, there's a possibility that when you put them on to this elasticated strap, it could snap it if you don't get it on right, especially with the weight of the quiver that goes on it as well. Although that's how it was in the film, I think you're better off doing it this way with a strap, just in case you snap that strap there. That's only my suggestion. You might try and but be prepared that it could break, and then you'd have to go to the strap anyway. Moving on to some of his accessories. He comes with 6 different hands. You've got a bow holding hand here, and a bit more of a relaxed hand, and as you can see on the hand, on his bow pulling arm, this is all painted on, sculpted onto the figure. It's his tensioners for his fingers. The other hands he comes with, this is another plain simple hand, just a bit more of a relaxed hand for sort of maybe gripping something. He's got another one of these hands for pulling the bow strings back. And got this one here, not 100% sure what, sorry for the pause in the video there, not a lot of memory on this phone. And he's also got this hand, which is slightly cocked at an angle. This is what you use if you want to put his arm up in the air so he can grab hold of the arrows. This would be the hand that you'd use for that if you wanted to show him in that pose, which I think a lot of people have done. I'd rather just keep him in this more relaxed sort of pose. Comes with 2 bows. He's got the fully assembled bow with the elasticated string. I wouldn't advise sort of posing him pulling the string back for too long, just in case this loosens up or it snaps. A little light on the front there, nice detail on that. He also comes with the second bow, which is articulated. This is where you see in the film where he sort of snaps his wrist together, and it snaps his wrist and it opens up. Now the bow opens up, so if you wish to show it in that sort of pose, it does fully extend. Now obviously the only difference is this hasn't got the elasticated string, but it's exactly the same. So you do have that option if you wish to show him like that. But I think most people are going to show him holding the bow. He also comes with some arrowheads. So I'm just trying to put the bow back together. I'll leave it for the moment. Comes with different types of arrowhead Hot Toys are provided, that he did in various points in the film. In the fight, the scene at the end where he's fighting all the aliens. So what you can do is you can take them out, and if you wish to show him firing one of the bows, all you do is just pull one of these arrows out and stick the end on. Now with this quiver, this part of the bottom here does rotate, as you can see, there's all the arrowheads, which are very similar to these, but they're actually fixed in, you can't take them out, but these 2 points here do swivel round. The arrows themselves, very delicate. You've got 16 arrows and you've got a hole for each of them, and you have to place them in the hole and slide them down the quiver. And there's another little guide, just about to see it here, where the arrows go through. Now it can be a little bit fiddly, takes a bit of time to do this. The way I did it was obviously one at a time, just push one in, make sure it slid through these guides here. When I got down near the bottom, all I got was a little toothpick, and I just gently manoeuvred it until it lined up with the guide at the bottom, and pushed it gently down on the top, and it just slid in. Didn't always work, 90% of the time it did, and I found that was the easiest way of doing it. Took me about 5-10 minutes to put all these arrows in. Some of them went in perfectly without even having to move them. So it can be a bit laborious putting those in. You might swear a few times, but it's well worth it in the end if you can get them in there. Just finishes it off nicely. So there you go. You see in the background is the box that it comes in. I don't do box reviews. I think that's about everything on this figure. Articulation wise, very easy to articulate. Joints are nice and supple, no problems with it. It's not a rubberized body, it is a solid body. Yes, you do see the joint. A lot of people complain about that, but I'm not too bothered about it, considering where Hot Toys were a few years ago with their joints. They were terrible, but with these they're getting better and better. A lot of people would have preferred him to have had the maybe a rubberized body, but then with that you're restricted to how you can bend his arms to put him in the poses that you probably want to put him in. So I like this body. I've got no issues with it. Obviously the customary Hot Toys stand that they come with. I would like to have seen, I think I mentioned it in one of my videos that I'd done a little while ago. I think it was with the Nick Fury figure when I did the review on that. What I'd love to have seen is for each of these Avengers figures to have come with a separate stand, like a diorama, that when you've bought them all you can actually connect all those stands together to so you can have all the figures standing together. That would have been nice, maybe as the control panel on the deck of the ship that they flew, with a few computer screens on it. You could have had them all standing there on that. That would have been really nice if Hot Toys had done that. But never mind. Maybe they might bring out something later on when they've released all their Avengers figures. They might bring out a little diorama that you can buy, who knows. Don't know how Hot Toys thinks these days, but they tend to do things like that from time to time that surprise you. So all in all, a top figure. Highly recommend you buy this one. They're becoming quite rare now. They're really selling out fast, this figure. Very popular. I think this is going to be one of the most popular out of the Avengers figures. The Thor won't be as much, I don't think, because a lot of people who have bought the original Thor might not bother getting the new one because of money issues, so they probably stick with the old one. I haven't got the old Thor, so I've ordered a new one. Same with the Iron Man. A lot of people have probably got a lot of Iron Man figures, and just to save a bit of money they probably won't purchase the newer version. which is why I think this figure is going to be highly sought after, and the prices on eBay are going to shoot up. So if you can get one cheap now, get it before it's too late. Otherwise you're going to end up probably paying £50 to £100 over the top within the next few months, and in about a year's time, a lot of people seem to wait that sort of length of time, you're probably talking about another £150 on top of that. Got 2 more items on the way. They should be here within the next 10 days. It's the DX T800 Terminator. I've got him on the way, and I've also got the Bat Pod coming in the same package, so I can't wait for those to arrive. And then hopefully before Christmas my DX Batman Dark Knight will turn up, so hopefully I should get in before Christmas. So a lot of people have already got these figures. Toying with the idea of getting the DX Luke Skywalker. I'm not 100% sure if I want to get that yet. I'm not too bothered about the battle damaged version of Luke Skywalker, so I might wait and see if somebody on eBay is just going to sell one of them, so I can get it a bit cheaper. Because I'm sure Hot Toys are going to start releasing more and more Star Wars figures. Hopefully a nice Darth Vader or Darth Maul, Han Solo, Princess Leia, Chewbacca. You never know. I can't see them just releasing the one. And they've already released an Indiana Jones, so they've obviously got the rights from Harrison Ford, so I would think a Han Solo is in the pipeline. Not sure about Carrie Fisher though. So there you go, I'm waffling on a bit. My Detolf will arrive, my third one will arrive on Friday, so hopefully I'll get that set up within the next few days, and then I'll be able to do an update video before Christmas of all my figures. I will be doing another video today. It's a little bit of a special one. It's a figure that I've already got, and I've just added a few things to him to make him a lot better, and it's going to be the Lost Predator. So that will be the next video that I do, and then I might do a couple of filler videos again, a couple of figures together before my Terminator and my Batpod arrive. So just one last 360 and then I'll sign off. You have to get this figure, guys. He looks good in the pictures and he looks 10 times better in the flesh. One of my favourite figures that I've got in my collection. So he's very simple. I love the simple type figures. I prefer them to all these figures that come with loads and loads of accessories that you can't show on the figure. Simple ones are the best. So until the next video, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this lengthy video, this character. So until the next one, see you later.